So I was just sent a video by someone titled "Atheists Have Lost the War." And me being the curious person I am, and I always view the stuff people send me, I watched the video, and all I can say is the video was good enough to make me respond to it. In other words, the video was stupid enough to make me respond to it. It's videos like this which really make me sad simply because there is no logic, there is no reasoning, there is no critical thinking in the video that's presented. And when a Christian makes a video looking as foolish as this person, I honestly feel very sorry for them.
Okay, I'm just going to explain to you how atheists are just illogical and irrational in the way they're thinking, and this is going to prove it once and for all.
Okay, I'm ready to hear what you have to say. This is going to prove that all atheists are irrational. Let's hear it.
I've gotten these same arguments, and I'm going to read you this. Here you go, Mr. Derpa Derp 1, the troll. The atheist claim that God doesn't exist is irrational and illogical. This is why. If you say there isn't any evidence for God, then you are claiming omniscience.
If you say that there isn't any evidence for God, then you are claiming omniscience. And it's pronounced omniscience, not omniscience, like you say. It's omniscience. Let's examine your reasoning. Here I am sitting in my room, at my computer desk. I'm going to claim that there is no evidence that there is a piece of pizza sitting in front of me. And there isn't. There's no piece of pizza sitting in front of me. There is a plate of melted ice cream and peach pie. There is evidence for that. But what I'm saying to you is that there is no evidence that there is a piece of pizza in front of me. Does this mean that I am claiming to be omniscient, all-knowing of everything? It simply means that there is no evidence sitting in front of me that there is a piece of pizza. Likewise, atheists believe that there is not enough adequate evidence for them to believe in a God, just like there is no adequate evidence that there is a piece of pizza sitting in front of me right at this moment. It doesn't take absolute knowledge to say that there is no piece of pizza in front of me because I am witnessing on my desk right at this very moment that there's no pizza. There is not enough evidence in front of me to claim that there is a piece of pizza. I'm really just shocked that you don't see the problem in your argument that you're portraying here.
If you're not claiming to know everything about the universe, then you're operating on faith. Much more faith than it takes to believe in God. Because it doesn't take absolute knowledge to believe in God. It does take absolute knowledge to say He doesn't exist. You all lose. That is the biggest bunch of garbage I have ever heard about Him being a negative. God's a negative. You can't disprove the negative. No, you can't prove your own argument is what the problem is, so you just come up with that stupid, idiotic argument. And I just proved that wrong. Because you're not omniscient, none of you are all-knowing, so none of you can make the claim that He doesn't exist, nor can you make any assertion that there is no evidence. So get it through your stupid, idiotic dick skulls. You have all lost.
Your biggest problem here is you're not understanding what evidence is. There is a difference between saying there is no God versus I don't have enough evidence that there is a God. See the difference? What is an idiotic dick skull? I'm very perplexed at that visual image. Is it like a head with kind of like a dick on top of it, or what is a dick skull?
And as soon as I get all of this information to every politician that I could possibly send it to, you're all going to be ruined in this country. None of you will ever get a vote in politics from any of us.
What in the world does politics have to do with this claim or this argument that you're attempting to make, which ultimately falls short on itself because you don't even know what the word evidence means? See, this is my problem with Christians like you. This is where the war is going to be finished. I am not at war with atheists on YouTube. In fact, if atheists don't believe in God or or are against religion, that's their thing. That's fine. I'm not going to claim war and try to argue for the existence of God. This is what the biggest problem I see with Christians on YouTube, is that so many Christians attempt to argue and try to convince or persuade people that there is a God. Let people believe what they want to believe, even if you could convince them of a God, which most likely you won't. What good does it do? So what if there is a creator and you convince somebody that there is an intelligent designer? So what? Perhaps if you read your own Bible, you would know what the Bible teaches. No place does it command Christians to go out and argue with people and try to prove the existence of a God. All the Bible really says on the whole issue is to share what we believe. That's it. There is a difference between sharing and forcing or attempting to convince somebody, which apparently you haven't learned yet.
You have all lost. This is where the war is going to be finished. Your bunch of butthurt attitudes about what the Bible says against your fleshly desire. If you can't control yourself in the flesh, then you're a danger to yourself and others.
I can't control my fleshly desires. Woo! That was the most amazing release I've ever had.
That means you have a lack of self-control. And you are more willing to give in to that desire than to give in to self-control. That's what that is saying about you. You have all lost this entire argument. There is nothing convincing any atheist can say. You're so dishonest, none of us can actually take what you say seriously.
Actually, as a Christian, I can take what they say seriously, because some of the stuff atheists present are legitimate questions, are legitimate statements about why they don't believe in a God. Sad to say, but you are the person who's being dishonest with how you are misrepresent atheists and what they believe by claiming that if they don't believe in a God or they say they don't have evidence for something, they're claiming to be all-knowing. You're the person who is being dishonest. You are misrepresenting the atheist community.
Now, I'm going to say one thing. There are some people, Christians or whatever, that have slipped up and have said some really ignorant things. No wonder. But you know what it is? Atheists make a big spectacle of it and claim it to be all Christians. You know what? But I see more atheists doing this than one or two Christians doing it, and you making a big spectacle of them. I see mostly every atheist doing this garbage.
Every atheist on YouTube is like that. Big generalization on all atheists. Yet again, like most Christians do.
You have all lost. It's over. Give it up and get a life.
Why don't you just shut up and realize that atheists and Christians both generalize entire groups of people? They do it both ways. It's not one-sided. It's not atheists who do it to Christians or Christians who do it to atheists. It's both. I've seen it both ways.
And stop being a bunch of doubt drones. You're not free thinkers. How are you free thinkers when skepticism controls all of your decisions?
What? Skepticism controls all of their decisions? Doesn't Christianity control all of your decisions?
You're like a slave asking your master for permission to take a dump. Bunch of ignorant, foolish people.
All in all, these are the type of Christians who you should obviously try to stay away from because they have no brain capacity for even knowing how to think correctly, much less how to speak or present the material that they're trying to portray. Christians who generalize all atheists means that you should stay away from those types of Christians because you're not going to have a intelligent conversation with them. Christians who scream and say, "You lose, you lose, you lose," stay away from those type of people. Here's the thing about me. I'm an Orthodox evangelical Christian, but at the same time, I'm fine with people mocking my religion or what I believe. I really am. If you hadn't caught on, I kind of mock Christianity and what this guy is saying in his video. And I'm fine with that, simply because he's presenting it in such a way that makes me look stupid. or what I believe looks stupid, although some of the stuff he said wasn't completely accurate, because I tend to lean more on the liberal side of Christianity. But nonetheless, the guy's a fool, and I'm deeply sorry for any skeptics or agnostics or atheists who have to deal with Christians like this one. I'm Mr. Repzion, also known as Daniel Sulzbach. Peace, the rep out.